Join Douglas MacMillan every Sunday afternoon at 2 for an hour of music and song from the Celtic nations and beyond. In traditional and modern styles and in languages both native and adopted, hear the Celtic world brought right to your home through the magic of radio. That's Celtic World, Sundays at 2 on Otago Access Radio, 105.4 FM and 1575 AM, and online at www.oar.org.nz.
welcome to Celtic World. I'm your host Douglas MacMillan. Session A9 from Scotland there with a set The Real Mackay Wedding, Struy Lodge and Trip to the Market. Now I'm not a great fan of, I am a great fan of, but I'm not a great believer in the idea of playing solo bagpipes on a radio show like this because, they're not really radio friendly, to be honest, but I just couldn't pass up the opportunity of playing you this next artist. He's a bagpipe virtuoso, or he was, called Duncan from Scotland. And like so many talented musicians over the decades, he died at a very young age, 21 in this case. But he was just such a phenomenal bagpipe player. I thought I would have a listen and see if he thinks he's as good as I think he is anyway. So, with a set, Wing Commander Donald MacKenzie, Ash City, the Inverness Incident and the High Drive, here is Gordon Duncan. Turn that one up loud to annoy the neighbours. Next up, Emily Smith with Edward of Morton.
Lady Morton was sitting in her chamber up high, combing her locks as she did every day. Young Edward, her servant, stood out in the hall, dreaming of Agnes and their wedding day. Oh, Edward, won't you tarry with me by night in the green Winston by the lochside? No, Lady Morton, I'll no gan with ye. I've a lass o' my ain, and I'll mak her my bride. She answered him back away a gallant and hurry. Don't be foolish, young man, don't you turn against me, but I'll tell my good man the advances were yours, and he'll lock you away when he's home frae the moors. Well, the lady o' the castle day her husband did go, but Edward was sentenced to a life down below, and the torch in his chambers he'd starve till he died. But still Lady Morton's requests he denied. Shame, she returned to his side and fed him in secret for to keep him alive. She begged with his Agnes to plead with the Earl to give Edward his freedom and be wed with his girl. But on hearing her words, the Earl's anger grew, and the people of Morton, they all came to view, as by both hands and feet poor Edward was bound, and tight to the world his petticoats to be found. They galloped away that eyes filled with fear, on the lang and ragged road that leads to Dunedin. Edward was racked until he was dead, and now a stone marks the spot whereof fell his head.
Now for our fourth Scottish artist on the trot so far this show is a harp duo, Sileas, who have released 2 albums thus far, and if I'm not mistaken, off one of their albums is this track, The Pipers, and if I am mistaken, it must be off the other album. It's off to the good old US of A now to hear from Cherish the Ladies, who are performing the Ballad of the Foxhunter.
Cushioned chair, carry me ye forward, cushions here and there, to see the world once more, to stable and kennel go, bring what there's to bring, lead my loller to and fro, or gently in a ring. Put the chair upon the grass, bring Roddy and his hounds, that I may contented pass from these earthly pounds. These eyelids they droop, eyes cloud with dreams, the sun upon all things that grow falls into sleepy dreams. Huntsmen blow the horn, come make the hills reply, loosen on the morn a gay wondering cry. Roddy blow the horn, come make the hills reply, I cannot blow my horn but only weep and sigh. The old man's dreams are gone, he smooths the long brown nose, moves a pleasant tongue upon his wasted hands. Aged hounds and young, the huntsman near him stands. Huntsmen blow the horn, come make the hills reply, loosen on the morn a gay wondering cry. Roddy blow the horn, come make the hills reply, I cannot blow my horn but only weep and sigh. New sorrow round, hounds gazing on his face, aged hounds and young, fires in the old man's eyes, his fingers move and sway, wandering music dies, you hear him feebly say, huntsmen blow the horn, come make the hills reply, loosen on the morn a gay wondering cry. Roddy blow the horn, come make the hills reply, I cannot blow my horn but only weep and sigh. Huntsmen blow the horn, come make the hills reply, loosen on the morn a gay wondering cry. Roddy blow the horn, come make the hills reply, I cannot blow my horn but only weep and sigh. The blind hound with a mournful cry slowly lifts his head, they bear the body in, the hounds wail for the dead.
Irish group Kila now with Ode to Kiss Katie. You're listening to Celtic World on Otago Access Radio, 105.4 FM. The sultry and seductive and sophisticated sound of Galician group Berroguetto there with Sálgame. Off to Ireland we go now with Altan and a song called a-barh Udal Thail. Irish group now, Liadan with Bold Atlantis.
To appease, we gathered for a new world, left our dearest on Mackay, and the bold Atlantic Ocean swept my love and I away. A journey on the broad seas, a journey to be found, a roaring on the crossing to your icy waters bound, but no mercy from your waves, vessel thrown and tossed. How cruel Atlantic Ocean, for my bonny boy is lost. Neptune turned the waves, so raise your trident to command. The waters to have pity on each woman, on each man. Hope there's no ease for desperate souls, so grasping with these hands. She took my love and threw me to the sands. Waiting is a fool's game, I'm waiting in your fold, washed upon a foreign plain from the low, gazing out on an horizon, but my compass is this hard, since the broad Atlantic Ocean tore my love and I apart. Now I've heard tales and fisher fables, sirens, golden locks, enchanting spells and charming bells, lured sailors to the rocks. But the truth isn't a dream, her breathing tide won't let me be. 'Twas the cold Atlantic Ocean stole my love away from me.
Five Hand Reel now, a Scottish, Irish and English group. Well, not really, it's a Celtic group made up of Scottish, Irish and English members. Here they are with the Cruel Brother. Get that right. And you may find the lyrics a bit hard to understand, I do myself, but perhaps a way to make the words more discernible is the consumption of some whiskey, perhaps, who knows. It's worth a try.
There were 3 sisters lived in a high the rose and the Linkay, and his by come a night and he courted them on the roses either be the right. Well, the first in she was dressed in red ivory rose, and the lily gay, would you come with me and be my bride? And the roses either be the right. And the second gin was dressed in green ivory rose, and the lily gay, would you come with me and be my queen? And the rose is either be the right. And the virgin she was dressed in white the rose, and the lily gay, would you come and be my delight? And the rose is either be the right. Well, it's him and ask my father the king the rose, and the lily gay, and it's him and ask my mother the queen, and the rose is either be the right. And it's she man ask my sister and hey rose and the lily gay back to mangy oh my brother John and the roses either so she has asked her father the king hey rose and the lily gay and she has asked her mother the queen and the roses either and she has asked her sister and hey rose and the lily gay but she forgot her brother John and the roses and the feather he led her through the high rose and the lily gay and her mother should dance before them all and the rose as and the sister and led her through the close high rose and the lily gay and her brother John helped her on her horse and the roses then it's tasting it as we pen high rose and the lily gay and it's not his time to hard and the roses and as we come by St. Evans, well, I rose and the lily gay she darst nail late to drink her fill and the roses and as we come by St. Evans close, I rose and the lily gay her bonny branch fell off her heart and the roses and it's what will you leave to your feather the king hey rose and the lily gay the bonny steed that I ride on and the roses and it's what will you leave to your mother the king hey rose and the lily gay the bloody robes that I ride and the roses and it's what will you leave to your sister and hey rose and the lily gay my good Lord to be her man and the roses and it's what will you leave to your brother John hey rose and the lily gay the rope and the halls of the hang come on.
Breton group Alambig Electrik next with the EleKtrikas a-barh. I think that's how you pronounce it. Let's see what it sounds like, eh?
Salam shalom kameraden och salam shalom kameraden. Salam shalom kameraden då berome savignone. Då berome savignone dura då berome savignone. Over börjar. Gömmer jag dudanar valen, jura, gömmer jag dudanar valen. Gömmer jag dudanar valen med grejderne så far i brej.
Well, folks, we reached that point in the show where I am tasked with informing you that you've been listening to Celtic World on Otago Access Radio, 105.4 FM, 1575 AM. This and all shows can be streamed live or downloaded as podcasts. Just visit the website at www.oar.org.nz to find out more. You can subscribe via iTunes too, before I forget. Okay, to finish up our rather mixed bag this show, we have another Breton artist, Nolwenn Korbell, singer, actress, poet, with a song called Bemdez. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I thank you very much for listening.
Klaskan Bemdez är fyrsan I kemmen korn I kemmen tu I kemmen lär I kemmen ru evigt kavot aleo Stuma casso cuida rio Bende hulu ortosa Bende hulu ehedan Dianantan beärlar blej Skle benos du dig Afrika og frunne. Kan